Assalamu alaikum, beautiful people. So today's recipe is from Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is a country located in Central Asia, and today's recipe is called Hanum. It was a great honor to make this recipe. So let's get started. So for this recipe, you will need 2 large white potatoes. You're gonna cut it up into square pieces. All of this, you're gonna be adding it to a bowl, and this is gonna be the filling. Hanum really is just a steamed dough with a meat filling. There, I'm adding 1 large yellow onion, and as well, you're gonna cut it into square pieces and you're gonna add it to the bowl. I used about 4 slices of steak, and I also cut it into square pieces, added it to the bowl. All of this is the meat filling for the dough pastry that we're gonna be using. And the spices that I used for the filling were cumin, which this is one of the most used spices in Uzbekistan, along with coriander. They also use a lot of black pepper and dill. Um, it was quite interesting reading the story behind Hanum. There's a legend that a woman was meeting her husband from war, and she wanted to take him Monty, but she couldn't physically make Monty's in time and be able to meet him on time. So then instead, she just rolled up the dough, steamed it, and brought him what we call now is Hanum. So I thought that was quite interesting. She was in a rush to meet her husband, so she just changed the recipe, and that's how the Hanum recipe became to be. So there I'm adding the filling into a saute pan, and I'm just gonna cook it for about 4 to 5 minutes. And this is gonna be the filling for the dough. I also made another hanum that was sweet, made with shredded carrots and sugar. So to make the dough, you're gonna add 4 cups of flour. I used all-purpose flour. Added about 4 tablespoons of salt and about half a cup of water. And you want to knead the dough until it forms like this, like a, a ball of dough. And you want to let it sit for about 25 minutes to let the gluten just relax. So then you take that bowl of dough. I cut that in half because remember I'm making 2 hanums. And you want to just roll it out with your rolling pin until it makes 1 large square piece. So there I'm adding the filling of the meat, potatoes, and onions. And you want to spread the filling out and evenly. And then this is the other hanum that I'm making, which is with shredded carrots, and the same thing. You want to just evenly coat the dough with the filling. That way every piece has some filling inside. And you want to just roll the dough into 1 long piece, and then you're going to form it into a circular motion so it could fit in your steamer. This was a very interesting recipe to make, because here in America we usually don't use steam to cook. So although we're using dough, it's actually quite healthy because this dough is not going to be fried or put in the oven. And for the steamer, I added 4 cups of water. And then I put the first layer with the sweet hanum, and then the second layer with the salty. Also, just a little bit of fun facts about Uzbekistan is one of the largest producers of cotton, uranium, and natural minerals. And also the Uzbekistani people are made of Turkish people, Mongolian, Russia, and Semitic. And their traditions really come from a lot of ethnic groups, which I thought it was quite interesting. They have Persian, Arabic, Greek, Russian, Mongolian, nomadic, Turkic tribes in their culture as well. So a lot of their food is very flavorful, and it has different textures that not are usually not found in other cultures. So this is how the hanum came out, and all of my kids loved them. They thought it was so good and delicious. They said, "Oh wow, it tastes so good," and they loved the flavor and the texture of it. That's the sweet one. And it was it wasn't so difficult to make as I thought it was gonna be. And then this is the salty one filled with meat, and I added some yogurt on top as well. Thank you, beautiful people. I hope you guys like the recipe. Please feel free to comment, subscribe, please subscribe, and please feel free to try this recipe at home. Thank you.